The air in the Highveld doesn't just get cold at night, it gets heavy, like it's holding its breath. The dam was glass still, reflecting a moon that looked too sharp, like a bone fragment pressed against the velvet of the sky. You'd been out there since sunset, the kind of quiet that usually feels like peace, but tonight felt like a countdown. The reeds weren't rustling from the wind, there was no wind. They were parting, slowly, as if something large was wading through the shallows without wanting to be heard. You clicked your headlamp on. The beam cut through the dark, hitting the water. For a second, you saw it, a pale, bloated shape just beneath the surface. It wasn't a fish. It looked like a hand, gray and wrinkled, the fingers too long by half, reaching upward. But when you blinked, it was gone. Only a single bubble broke the surface. Then the sound started. It wasn't a splash. It was a wet, rhythmic thud drag, coming from the grass behind your chair. You turned the light. The beam hit the trunk of a willow tree. Hanging from the lowest branch was a single, silver fishing lure you didn't recognize. It was swinging perfectly back and forth, though the air was dead still. And there, pressed into the muddy bank, were footprints. They started at the water's edge and led straight to the back of your boots. They weren't human. The toes were fused, and the heel ended in a sharp, needle-like point. The thud drag stopped. It was right behind you. A voice, thin and wet, like water draining from a lung, whispered right against your ear. It didn't use words. It made a sound like a hook catching on silk, a sharp, tearing noise. You froze. The smell hit you then, stagnant water and something much older, something that had been rotting at the bottom of the silt for decades. You didn't look back. You couldn't. You felt a cold, slick pressure on your shoulder. A hand, if you could call it that, slid into your line of sight. It was translucent, the bones visible.